I've just bought this Mercedes GLA from Copart, and in this video I'm going to be attempting to rebuild it. At first glance, the damage looks pretty serious, with a crumpled bonnet, bent out wings and missing headlights. But these are all replaceable items. I think this car will be an easy fix. The first step, I'm going to remove this crush bar. It's just one 13mm bolt on each side. Like that. Remove the clips. Pop these radiator support mounts off. And the other one, try not to break it. I'm going to take out this one 10mm bolt and one on the other side, and then undo the three 18mm bolts on each side, and that holds the crash bar in place. And then you can give it a good pull and a wriggle. And after shaking like a shitting dog, I got the thing out. As you can see here, both the radiator and the intercooler are completely untouched, and there is absolutely no structural damage to the chassis legs whatsoever. Now that all the old parts are off and everything has been inspected, I can begin putting the new parts back on. I'm going to install this crash bar. These are normally tight, so give it a good wriggle. And some questionable moves, and it will just slot into place. Now that the bolts have been started off by hand, I can now tighten this up with the ratchet. I can now begin to plug everything back in. Believe it or not, it was actually cheaper to buy headlights direct from Mercedes, brand new, than it was to buy used ones from eBay. Mad. Once the headlight is in place, I can now tighten up the two T25 torque screws. Not forgetting the 10mm bolt underneath. What I'm doing here is removing this trim to gain access to the bonnet hinges. Now what I'm removing here is what's known as the bonnet actuators, and what these do, in the event of an accident with a pedestrian, they detonate and push the bonnet up, which then allows the pedestrian to fly up past the windscreen instead of hitting the windscreen and causing more damage. Whenever you're working on the car's airbag system or other devices, it's always recommended that you disconnect the battery and wait 30 minutes before working on the vehicle. Now that the bonnet actuator is out the way, I can now remove the two 10mm bolts to remove the hinge. As you can see here, the hinge is completely bent. And after both hinges have been replaced on each side, I can now put on the bonnet. and then tighten up the 4 10mm nuts. And then finally, on with the front bumper.